obviously a couple of changes, but obviously a big one in the halves with Foyle. You just want to explain the reason behind that?
Yeah, we've got pretty high standards here at the moment, and we're looking for consistency all the time. And I've had a senior group talk about that since my arrival in the job, and I think they all understand that. So I guess the change at the moment with Kieran coming in after our last performance is well deserved for Kieran. He's been performing extremely well at the back end of the season, and that's a real credit to him to sort of see Kieran develop his body back to where it needs to be and play at this level. So I'm looking forward to seeing him come into the team and perform very well.
How did Sean take the news?
Very well, actually. I had a really good long conversation with him, and I've been able to build a strong relationship with Sean about his game, and he understands that too. That consistency is a big part of playing at this level and at all levels, even whether you're at club. So it's something that he's going to work hard at.
Some of the other senior guys like Adam and Benji, were they also under a bit of pressure after their performance?
Oh, I think the whole team was, to be honest. I think it was a performance that we've got to turn around very quickly. It was obviously from our point of view definitely not where we want to be. We allowed Australia to perform the way they did through a lot of things that we did, but full credit to them. But I think the boys took a lot away from that game, and I guess the big thing for us is the understanding of coming into a test match once the season's finished is a big one as well, about our preparation and making sure we're ready to go. It's a big piece of being able to play at international levels. It's something that I'm trying to build in the background to be able to provide opportunities for our players to play, whether it's leading games, those sorts of things, whether it's under 23s, pathways. So there's a lot going on in and around our game, but in saying that, the depths of the squad's starting to grow. I mean, I've got Katie Nikarima, Dylan Brown. We've got a number of other halves there that are pushing extremely hard for positions. So it's nice to be able to expand the squad at the moment. But also too, it's about the expectations, what we hold, and that's about winning test matches.
What does this mean for Sean on an ongoing basis?
Look, if Sean goes away and works really hard at his game, well, he's definitely shown he's an international player. On his day, as we all know, he's an extremely great player, and that's something I spoke to him about, and I'm looking forward to him to go away and develop his game and continually build on what he's been doing.
You mentioned before, Kieran's obviously gone through a lot with his body. It's good to see him back at full strength, isn't it?
It is, yeah. I've sort of known Kieran for quite some time, even when he was a young player sort of coming through at Manly, and obviously, he's had some challenges, and I think it's real credit to him, the way he sort of got himself back. A lot of people, they do go through time in their life when there is a bit of a struggle, but he's a great example, I think, for everyone, and also for the rugby league community, that if you're determined to do something and you want to achieve it, he's one that can. And Kieran at his best is one of the world's best players. It's one thing he has shown throughout his career, and when he's playing at Manly, he's one of the best halves in the game. So I'm looking forward to seeing him come back, and you see that on the park with the way he talks to the players, and the players how they hold him as a player once he's out on the field. It's going to be great for us. But he also knows we're in a test match, so it's about performing and turning around what we didn't get last Friday.
Do you think he's still capable of being what he was a few years ago?
Definitely. Yep. I've watched him at training, and I think even though he's got a little bit of age, I think the smarts between the ears gets a little bit smarter at times, so he'll be able to handle himself really well, I think. So I know he's biting at the bit to get out there and play. Those conversations I had 12 months ago, I said to him, if you get yourself right and your body right, you'll be able to get back into this arena. So it's nice to see a player determined and get himself right. And he definitely showed that at the back end of the season. He played some really good footy for the Bulldogs.
Because I think a couple of years ago, he's sort of saying himself he'd almost given up on playing for the Kiwis again. How do you think he's done this from your point of view?
Just inner self, determination, the dream. I think everyone knows that he's obviously faced quite a bit throughout the last 2 years, and it's not just his health, it's a mental state as well. So there's a lot of that goes around at this present moment in the world. So he's a great example of what you can turn things around with when you're in that space. And he's done a lot of work in the background, as I know. I have conversations with him around that, and it's a real credit to him.
How important is it for the Kiwis to have that kind of depth in the halves? Imagine probably a few years ago wasn't that deep.
Yeah. Well, I talked to a lot of sort of Kiwi coaches over the past, and I mean, you go back 10 years, and there were times there where they were probably scraping around to grab a couple of players from reserve grade and those sort of things. So now, one thing that we've all spoken about from board levels all the way through New Zealand Rugby League is that we want to grow depth, and then be able to give younger players, whether it's the under 16s, 18s, some more opportunities to be able to play in the Kiwi jersey. Because at this present moment, I guess we play at the JKs level at the under 20s, and they don't get to see that jersey for quite some time. So I'm working hard in the background about building development pathways, and it's an incredible spot, the international space, when young kids, you hear their stories of where they've come from, whether it's here in New Zealand, Australia, around the world, that they all want to play, and they're very passionate about the Kiwi jersey. So we unfortunately did miss that mark on last Friday, and it's about turning that around on Saturday.
Michael, Kieran and Sean are have quite different styles as players. How much will it affect your attack, the change?
I also look at their qualities as well. So Kieran's got his own quality where he can dive quickly into the line, and he can keep people honest very quickly. So does Sean. But again, you've got to complement the players that you have in your team, and we've looked at the style of play that we want to play, and also complementing with Benji there.
And how has how have the players responded to the change? Obviously, Sean's quite a high-profile player. Has that put a bit of everyone on edge and on notice?
I guess we'll see that in our performance. I think that's the telling factor about everything. We talk about our actions and what we do on the field, and we missed our mark on Friday, so it's about fixing that. And I know the boys are determined to do that. And they're playing at Test match level. We're playing for the country, so there's a lot of pride around playing for this Kiwi jersey, and the past players, they feel it along the way as well. So it's about making sure that we get that back on Saturday.
You've named Al, but he was limping pretty badly yesterday. Is he in any doubt? Leeson.
Sorry for the accent there. Yes, he's right. He's okay. Yeah.
What do he do? Roll the ankle?
No, he just got a bit of a boot in the shin, so he's tough at least. But there's other players there. I mean, we haven't probably mentioned Adam Blair. He's playing his 50th Test match, so I think he and Ruben are the two there that sit at that mark at playing 50 Test matches. So look, I've known Adam since he was 18 years old when he first arrived at Melbourne Storm. So to see where he was at an 18-year-old to where he is now, it's it's another great milestone. But we've got to make sure that it's a milestone to remember.
Mitch, Judson Manu signed on with the Roosters till 2022. I mean, it's a reasonable contract. What does it say about the type of sort of player he's become? Not only for the Roosters, but the Kiwis as well.
Yeah, I tip Joey. He can potentially be one of the best centres that's played the game. I'm lucky, and I see him at, club level, but also at training and those sorts of things. So if he works hard at his game, there's no reasons why he can't become one of the best centres playing the game. He's got great ability. He's a big man, so I guess it's a big threat there on that right edge.
Reports coming out, obviously, about Sonny Bill potentially signing a contract in Toronto. If that is the case, is he someone that you'd like to see in the Kiwi squad?
Look, I've never thought about that, to be honest. I guess he's got to determine whether he wants to play rugby league first before we go down that path. But $9 million, I'm sure you wouldn't want to do that.
Mike, you bring back Joseph Tapine straight into the starting side. Yeah. Obviously a big body and looking for a much improved performance up front.
Yeah, we were. Our middles, they look through their game and obviously look at areas where we need to build. But Joey will bring size and speed, leg speed, and he's played extremely well at the back end of the season with the Raiders there, going into the grand final. So he's a great addition for what we've got.
Just going back to Blairy, circumstances have got him back. It's quite a good story really, because he'd stranded on 48 tests in the last tour. Wasn't informed to get selected against Tonga, missed the squad initially, so here we are.
Yeah, well, I think Blair is probably an example of if you persist at things, then there's no reason why you can't do something. And I remember ringing Blairy and sort of said, look, at this present moment, we haven't got you in the squad. Circumstances changed, and he basically jumped on the plane. He was actually in Queensland, landed on the Sunday night, was on a plane Monday morning and arrived with us. And you can just see the presence that Blairy has at this space. I mean, his experience and what he brings to the group. So Blairy's looking forward to turning around what happened on Friday, and he's a big part of the Kiwi jersey, and he always will be.